because I think it'll be a lot easier than switching back and forth.
Hello. That is loud. We are live, I believe.
Oh, we are back again.
Yes, we are. And a little unprepared here. Yeah. So this is our second live here. We're gonna try some new things. Are you hearing an echo, James?
Echo. Yeah, I still do.
Cool. I know what to do to fix that. Are you hearing an echo now?
Echo. No, I'm not.
Fixed. Look at that. It's like we're
Noise.
Point. So I have.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm talking quiet because I don't know. Am I coming through loud? I have my sensitivity on my monitoring headphones here, like really freaking sensitive, and it's. Let me turn that down. Where do I turn it down? I gotta go into here. Mix. There we go. That's better.
That's better. Yeah.
Now I'm not like blowing my ear out. Now can I hear you? Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can. You're a little quiet though. Oh, I think this is it.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So far, I assume we're still live. I don't think I'm going to Facebook now. I don't remember if I turned that off or not. I don't know.
Did you go
Not
to
sure if I
Facebook
did.
last time?
I did. Yeah.
You did. Yeah. Okay.
Because I had a few people from Facebook jump in there. Just didn't do it this time here. But I wanted to jump on here and do a another test to kind of see how this is working. And we're trying to do things here. I also got a new mic. Well, it's not a new mic. I'm using a new mic here. Because I think it was kind of quiet in the last one. And also, I'm trying the new Elgato Stream Deck app to switch. Like that's just happening on my phone. And we figured out the problem.
Share the screen.
Yes, that was the big thing here. I'm trying to figure out how to hear you better. You're pretty quiet, and I'm not sure where that's at. I think I know where it's at. Nope. I think it's just this. So like, yeah. Am I coming through loud on yours?
No, that's perfect. 2. Yeah.
There we go. I hear you better. So I'm confused because the monitor mix, yeah, that's also yours too. But do I sound okay here? Okay. So I think I had my gain up too high. Okay, this sounds better. It sounds a little more natural. I think we're about in here.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, we figured out how to share the screen finally, and that's something I'm really stoked about because that's something we were trying to figure out. And I think it was Mr. Camera Junkie. Shout out to him if I doubt he'd ever see this, but he really helped me figure this. I was just like so frustrated watching all these tutorials on how to do that. Now I figured it out. So now when I share a screen here, James can see what we're all seeing, and he can be a part of it. Like it's like
I
he's
feel
part of the screen
now.
Yeah. So, well, when I was texting you, I was like, hey, I want to do another test for you next thing I want to try here tonight. And then I seen the Sony rumors that I've been looking at all week about the FX2 coming out. And I seen a post that, let's see, I'll bring it up over here. And then watch, I'll push my little, I don't have it. I'm out of keys. Never mind, I gotta do it over here. There. Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, so over, not here, but here, tomorrow, May 28th, Sony is announced they're going to be doing their announcement here of this new Sony FX2. A lot of rumors have already leaked on this. We'll go over what those are, but I don't know. I mean, we probably could have waited to do this tomorrow, but like I said, we were just doing a test anyway tonight, so I thought we'd go over this. But let's go back. Push my... it worked. It's so fun. Yeah, I might actually. I never thought I'd be somebody to purchase a Stream Deck, but I think I may be a Stream Deck customer for this because this app is really the app's nice, but
Mhm.
having physical buttons, I think it's gonna be way better. But the phone is nice because it's wireless and there doesn't seem to be any kind of lag when I push these buttons. It's pretty cool. Also, if there's anybody on here, yes, since we got 4 watching, what's up, everybody?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
we got. I'm gonna try this Stream Deck button. Did it work?
Yep, there it is.
That's so cool. All right, KD, live in the chat. What is up? That's you were my first Stream Deck push. There. Now I put a hide comment, and it goes away. I can bring it back. Check that out. This is a push just using an app on my phone. That's free from Elgato. Yeah. So what's up, KD? So the FX2. I'm gonna go over the rumored specs. Now these are all rumors. So what was that? Was that on my end or your end?
That was my end. That was the door.
It's like a gunshot went off. So
if you catch that on the live,
So the first thing is it's a full frame sensor, 33 megapixels. This is all, rumors. And it's going to have one of the biggest features about this thing is an integrated tilting EVF, which is pretty fascinating because it's funny that we moved away from the EVF and now it's coming back. People want that. It can do 4K 120, potentially 6K. I don't know where they get this potential unless it's potentially off that sensor, like 33 megapixels. Maybe they're saying it could potentially be a 6K sensor. I don't think it would be, but AI driven autofocus, which is I think it's probably they use some of the AI stuff in the A1 Mark II. I think it is. 32-bit flow audio recording internally. That's kind of big. That's cool.
Yeah.
I've been waiting to see that in a camera, and I think that's going to be a new norm moving forward. Is internal 32-bit. That's going to be pretty neat seeing that.
What does the FX6 have?
It's not 32-bit. No,
it's not 32. Yeah.
Nope. I don't think there's any camera. Oh no, I take that back. I think the new Panasonic SH. Oh gosh, it's the new one that came out. The Mark II SH.
Yeah.
SH2. I don't know. That is. Do you know which one it is?
I don't remember the name of it. Yeah, but I know
it just came out recently, or was announced recently, and that is 32-bit float inside. Dual CFast Express card reader, which I don't know if the FX30 has dual CFast Express. The FX6 does. I don't know about the FX3, but I know I
don't think it does. Yeah.
The A7 IV has one. It can do 2 SD cards, but one's an SD card hybrid with the CFast, like the FX6. Yeah. So the rumored pricing of this camera too, and I think this is where it gets. I don't know where this is supposed to land. The rumored price is around $3,500. If that's right, I don't really understand where this lands because that would put it between the FX30 and this. I mean, it makes sense. That's where they would put something there if it's an FX2.
Yeah.
It's between the FX30 and the FX3.
What's the price difference on those two? I don't remember.
So the FX30 is $1,500, I believe you can get it for $1,500. I have to double check.
Okay, that's what I thought.
The FX3 is $3,900, almost $4,000, $3,800.
Wow, so it's really not much difference. Wow.
No, it's $400 more to get an FX3, but that's where I'm I don't understand if this is true. This could be wrong, but that's the rumor I'm seeing everywhere right now. If that's true, I don't understand where that KD answered. Thank you. The S1 Mark II. That's it. Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But then and then we got Rowdy FPS. So, whoa, yeah. Whoa. Is that there's not an exclamation point or any punctuation, so it's just whoa. So the pricing on this is interesting to me. It landed landed between those two cameras because I don't know what the megapixel is on the FX3, and if it's the same sensor, I think it's only an 8 or 12. It's 12, ain't it?
Did you say that this one was full frame?
Yeah, supposedly it's full frame.
Okay.
So Sony The FX3. I don't know what the megapixels are in the FX3. But you like my
You
timeline
know,
there.
I will say that for a long time, I feel like Canon and
12.
Sony were the ones that were pumping out cameras, and now I think it's every camera brand. So it's like, oh man, there's a. I was just telling my fiance earlier. I was like, man, it's really hard to keep up with all these new cameras. I'm like, there's like a new one every other week.
Yeah. Yeah, there
Uh,
is. Yeah. Rowdy. Man, I don't know. Is that Roddy? Is that Roddy? Oh, Roddy? Am I saying that right? Yeah, 12 megapixels. He's right.
mhm,
FX3, it's 12 megapixels.
mhm.
It's like it's the same like the FX6. So this being a
Yeah,
33 almost seems like it's like a hybrid camera, like an A7 IV and an FX3 just smashed together, but with some new other features that are pretty cool in there. For 400, yeah, I don't really know. I mean, like I said, the price could be wrong, but if it
right,
is,
right.
that's interesting because they. We'll go back. I'm still sharing. Okay, make sure it's got the screen up here. This the Sony announcement here. I found this interesting because the photo that we're all seeing right now, that I even used on the thumbnail here. This I believe is AI. I don't think that's really it. I didn't read this, but I don't think this is a real photo.
I
But
think
you look.
doesn't the uh or you can buy the EVF for the Blackmagic, right? That flips up. No, it doesn't flip up. It's just one
I
that
think
kind of like sticks out, doesn't it?
I think it does articulate a little bit.
Does it?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, yeah.
yeah, that came out, and they also had for the Pixis 2. Like that came, it became an
Right.
add-on that people actually wanted. The product people are starting to want again. I had an
Mhm.
EVS for a while on. What was it? Do you remember that, James? I had it on the.
Was
It was a small
was that
HD
before the
monitor.
FX6? Before that?
Nah, yeah, it was on. I was shooting on the Blackmagic, and I had an. It wasn't
Right.
the. It
Yeah.
was a Blackmagic 4K, and I had a monitor, a small HD monitor that had a. It was like a big magnifying is what it was. I went over as a small HD monitor. It's like a magnet, but I
Mhm.
loved that. There was something about having an EVF and shooting differently, where you could just when you set the scene and you look down inside of the EVF, it's like the rest of the world kind of disappears, and you focus on what's in the frame, and I love that. So I can see why
That's
people love
cool.
EVFs. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
always wanted, but I don't ever never really had a camera that could take advantage of it. But when you look at the EVF here, I don't know if you kind of see the silhouette in this frame here.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like a camcorder, like it's like an old
It does,
camcorder,
actually, yeah.
which I like. I think it looks cool, but I can't tell how it's going to tilt here. It doesn't look like in that. It doesn't. It's hard to tell how it's going to tilt.
'Cause does that almost look like the side of the camera, or is
Yeah,
it
it looks like the side
it's like
because that's
yeah.
definitely the Sony top handle there on that.
Right, yeah.
And then I doubt they'll do a new lens with it, but they might. Oh, look, they enhanced the photo here. Huge tiltable EVF. I don't know how they know it's tiltable. Like, where did that came from? I don't know how we know any of this, anyways.
Like, are the specs that far off from the FX3?
I don't know what would be. I mean, on paper, this almost seems better. Maybe
Yeah, I guess yeah, right.
the FX3 might be better in low light with the
Mhm.
smaller megapixels, but
Maybe the
the
autofocus is a little bit better on this one,
yeah, it looks like it has
maybe?
more features in there. It could be.
Yeah.
Rowdy's
Hmm.
asking what app we use to stream. This is
Mhm.
Ecamm Live, and I know nothing about streaming. I've never done this before. If that tells you anything, I found this. I've heard of it, but I literally looked it up, downloaded it, and tried it. What was that month? Thursday, James.
Yeah,
When
yeah,
did I?
just not even a week ago.
Yeah, and it's really user friendly. It's pretty sweet. I like this here. And then I'm just using like to bring your comment up. I'm using the Elgato, um, just the Elgato Stream app here that connects directly to this. Really easy. I thought it'd be complicated, but it's really cool because I'm trying the app out to see if I want to start investing into like some of the switchboards and stuff too. I'm gonna start adding sound effects or music or something if we want to get technical. But it makes it a lot easier when I'm switching like this, like switching to this scene here, or when I drop the comment. Just gonna drop. I say
But
that
you
to
could
people
probably
that,
add more scenes too if you get the actual product, right?
yeah, like it just makes it a
Yeah.
lot easier to switch because doing this, I can switch over to James. But doing it this way, it's not hiding the comment. There we go. let's see, sometimes the comment will stay on a scene. But yeah, so I can switch like this, and this makes it just a lot easier to see what I'm switching to, because before, if you watch our last stream, I'm like, James starts talking, I try to like put it on him, but then I'll actually like touch myself again. Like I'll have it on me, and then I'll accidentally click my screen, and it just goes wide to me, and I'm not even talking, and then it just goes back over to James. But now I have better control of that, having the physical console of some sort in front of me without having to scroll through the scenes. Also, I have scenes built for multiple people that aren't here right now, so I don't need all those in front of me, and I might accidentally click them. I think I hit our outro screen like mid-stream last time. Okay, KD. Wait, how do I go? What? Oh, it's the wrong phone. Hold up. I'm going backwards through this. So that's only the app. It's like the last one. Stream. KD says, I love the A7 IV. Thinking about getting it. My screen's over. There we go. Thinking about getting it as an A-cam photo hybrid over the FX30. Hop. So yeah, I have an A7 IV and I've used an FX30. So I think the two differences you gotta look at there is, if you're looking for a hybrid, the A7 IV is gonna be better. It's gonna be a way better photo camera. It's a really good one. The FX30 is not that great for photos, mainly because it's it can take photos, but it's not its first use. Usability wise, it's user experience of it. It's harder to use to take photos. The A7 IV does that better. With the A7 IV, you also get full frame. The FX30 is a crop, so that's a big thing to consider too. The FX30 has built-in fans and won't overheat. The A7 IV does not typically overheat. There's not a lot of people talking about that, but in my experience, I've had it overheat a couple times on me in pretty warm conditions. Not your typical conditions, but in like a warm garage or really out in the sun all day, it has overheated on me before. Those would be the two things I would look out for those, if that helps. The FX30 definitely, if you're doing more longer form video, if you're looking for a good hybrid and you're like 50-50 photo video, I think the A7 IV is an amazing camera. Actually, I got mine over here. I love the A7 IV. It really is a good hybrid camera.
Yeah, we're actually getting some FX30s. I think 4? Yeah, 4 FX30s as like B cams for the FX3s for the videographers. So we're gonna have like, and also just found out, my boss told us he ordered a pretty much the same Surrey lens that you have.
Oh, the Venuses?
Sorry, I don't understand.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Of course you don't.
What do you mean?
Yeah, yeah, I found that out and I was like, oh shoot! So we're actually gonna be doing a bit more storytelling at work and whatnot. So that's always nice. But yeah, we're getting a couple FX30, so I'm excited about that.
That's awesome. I almost sold my A7 IV for. You guys hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that so cool? Somebody's got a truck. It goes boom boom.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. So my neighbors are across the street and they're always working on the trucks. I apologize about that. That's anyways. I almost sold my A7 IV for an FX30 for a B cam to my FX6, because I actually bought the A7 IV as a B cam to my FX6, believe it or not, because it was the cheapest, like another full frame Sony camera I can get with matching S-Log. It's not the same exact colors. The A7 IV is actually sharper than the FX6, but the FX30 is a killer camera for the price. It really is. Then, like I said, I've shot with one buddy of mine, Shalandon. He was on the stream yesterday. He has one. It's amazing. It's pretty killer. But
he has an FX30 or a
a 30.
Nice.
Yeah. What was I gonna say about the 30? I don't remember. But they're awesome. I was still considering grabbing one because they're just great. Honestly, one for like this would be awesome just for streaming. I'm on an FX6 right now for this, but I don't need a big old camera like this. I mean, it's not that big, but still, I need to get my 7 IV over here. But yeah. Roddy said, I just downloaded the Steam Deck app to my phone. Yeah, it's really cool. It's so easy too, and it linked real quick, and then it saves your presets, and then every time you open your phone, the app back up, it just auto connects and has your presets there. Really cool. And there's like a pro version. I think you get like you can have more keys on your screen. Also
Mhm.
works with iPad, so you could get the
I was
have
just
a
about
whole
to yeah.
yeah, a giant screen, right?
You have
It'd
an
be awesome.
iPad, right? You think you'll try
I do.
it or
I do. I think I will.
yeah.
But I think I like the idea of having a Stream Deck that's like, oh, I don't have to worry about if it's charged or anything. It's
True.
like right here.
Yeah.
Also, Stream Deck has a Stream Deck Plus that has knobs, so you would replace my interface preamp for my mic too.
Okay.
It would
Yeah.
be my interface and my what would you call it? My Stream Deck, whatever switcher thing,
Mhm.
all in one, and it goes in just with one USB-C cable, which is really
That's
cool.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also has knobs, like I can adjust my headphones, my gain, which is pretty cool. I kind of want that one, but it's kind of nerdy here. But the Elgato Stream Deck now has two versions. They had released a new one. It's just the basic Stream Deck. It doesn't have the knobs. It's not interface too, and the buttons are scissor keys, which means they're very
Okay.
clicky and
Nice.
satisfying.
Yeah.
So they got like little scissor, like that. I kind of want that one, but that one doesn't come. They don't have that on the interface yet, and I wonder if I should just wait to
Okay.
see if they come out with one. I don't know. I just think it's pretty cool. Same price, just has little scissor keys because it's got like an actuator inside that clicks.
Mhm.
KD
Nice.
says, think the A74 could do podcasts, and yeah, more video focus for me these days. Yeah, oh, it definitely can. It just depends on the room. I've used it in many podcasts, and the battery does last a while. But yeah, it just depends on the room. I want to say it was like I was in a garage, it's probably like 78, 80 degrees maybe, and yeah, it kept overheating then. But if you're in a controlled room, I've never had an issue with it, and I've done a whole lot of long form podcasts with it. Yeah, but
Yeah, I was trying to see if there was anything else here for
the FX2,
the
I
rumors.
don't like.
Yeah.
What do you think about it so far? Like you are a Canon shooter, but
I am, yeah. I see, that's the thing where, rumored price, I'm like, that's I feel like that's so close to the FX3 where it's like, what is I don't know, like, who who would buy that if this is gonna be, like, a couple $100 cheaper, who would really buy the FX3? Like, would this take place for a lot of people to over that one?
yeah, I don't know. That's where like I don't know for 400 extra. I don't get it. I don't because
Mhm.
what do you get? It seems like you get more out of this right now than FX3, unless I'm missing something. I'm trying to see what I'm missing.
Right, that's what I yeah, and then, like, if it's true, a couple $100 cheaper, yeah, that
Yeah,
are they gonna
but I don't know. And
hmm.
it's I've seen people say like, does this beat the FX3? Does it make the FX3 obsolete? And it's like, I kind of. This is if I'm missing something, I don't know if I'm missing something. This seems like it does more.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like that's kinda like what Apple did where like, with their iPads and, like, their, MacBook Airs, even MacBook Pros, where they have to make a very distinct line to not make the iPad so powerful to where they start taking the sales of the more expensive, you know,
Yeah,
MacBooks. So it's like,
yeah.
hopefully they're that's what Sony's doing. Hopefully they're, they have something where it's like, okay, you have to buy the FX3 for this reason because the FX2 doesn't have it. So that'll be interesting to see it side by side.
And I don't know what that thing is with the FX3. I'm trying to see from what I've read
Yeah,
here. I can just think it's maybe better in low light because the megapixels are less. I don't
I
know
could see that. Yeah.
because typically you get better low light, lower megapixels, less noise. But I don't know. Also, like this makes me think: is there going to be an FX5? Are they going to do something like in between
Yeah,
there?
yeah, I know.
Like, is
I'm
that?
just gonna go. Uh,
I
I feel
mean,
like
that's
Sony's really good about just mashing letters and numbers together.
yeah, yeah. Well, I had heard that I don't know if it's true or not. I heard someone say they think or they've seen. I don't know. Let's just say it's not true, but that there's multiple departments at Sony that build the different parts of the cameras, and they don't really work together, and they all like come together and see where each other's at, and they take those pieces and just go, what can we make with all these?
That is interesting.
And then
That's an
they
interesting
throw
way
it
to work.
somewhere. I don't know if that's
Huh.
true or not, but that kind of makes sense. On like they were just saying, well, let's see what we got here. We can't really
Yeah.
release something. I also heard that. I mean, you always hear there's tons of rumors out there, but
Mhm.
that Sony's waiting to see what Canon's about to drop before they
And
drop
Canon just
something
dropped
else.
2 new cameras, so I'm like, "Man, what else I got in the" you know? And the crazy thing is those are sub $1,000 too.
Yeah, definitely more like the content creator world. They dropped more like
Yeah.
I mean, that's everything's hard. It's hard to say like what's prosumer anymore. And I mean,
Mhm.
those two Canon cameras I would consider definitely like high end consumer, prosumer content.
Yeah, I would
You
say
got the content creator that uses these things, but like I wouldn't. I mean, you're not showing up to like a commercial set with one of those.
right, definitely not.
I guess you could,
You get
but
the
yeah,
power what was it? The power shot or whatever it's called.
yeah. I
That's your
could.
only camera.
I would love to see that actually.
Oh.
Roddy says he
Oh.
recommends the Roadcaster Duo. I was looking at that. I was. That seemed really cool. The only reason I was looking at the Stream Deck is because I was originally looking at I'll look at that now actually. The let me see, bring my back to this screen here. The Roadcaster Duo. Have you seen this, James?
I think I have. Is that this, I might be thinking of something
It's a
else. No,
smaller.
yeah, I've seen it, yeah.
I was looking at their Streamer X first. The
Mhm.
Duo. Maybe I did look into this one. Hmm. Yeah, I'm trying like I like the white, but like it doesn't
I
fit
do too.
my
Yeah.
aesthetic here.
Yeah.
But can I do like camera switching inside of like something? Man, that's really cool. See, I love the idea of this because I can run it through like the preset EQ compressors and stuff like that
Mhm.
on there. But yeah, I do like that. And does that have two inputs? Is it 2x? Yeah, Duo. I assume that's what that means. Yeah, that's cool. I would love to have something like that. James, we've done stuff in person when you're here, and it'd be cool to have something like that in here. I wonder if I
Mhm.
can turn my room now. There's more space in here. You haven't been in this office yet in a while, have you, James? It's been a minute.
Not no, yeah, not for a while, yeah. But you
Yeah,
just
I could.
rearranged it too, didn't you?
Oh yeah, it's very different.
Mhm.
I made way more room in here now, but I used to have a projector set up in here, and it's still here, but I leaned into this TV to edit on instead. But I like the Duo. I have other podcasting material when we're outside of like this live stream setup, but I'm trying to find something that's like our podcast I know we use is we're using like an F6 or a Zoom F3, and we have
Mhm.
some other. It's a bigger deal. This I'm trying to keep budget friendly, compact, and I. If you could see the cable mess under my desk right now, all this crap. It's. I'm still trying to dial this in on how I want that. But the Elgato Stream Deck has the Wavelink app and lets you do all your. I've heard it's really good. I never used it. Do all your mixing and EQ, compressor, and all that in there to go through that into whatever, like Ecamm or OBS or whatever.
I
I
wonder if we could use Elgato for work actually instead of having 2 different systems. Like, as far I mean, we still have to have the mics, the Zoom, whatever, because we use the I think the biggest
yeah
that the Zoom company has, but I'm
yeah
wondering if we could that replace the video because it's we have to use the Blackmagic switcher. Would that
yeah
wouldn't replace
the
it, would it?
ATEM. Like I got one right here. Oh, if I can reach it, I'm gonna knock a bunch of stuff over. The ATEM. Like I
Yes.
had this set
Yeah.
up here when I had two cameras in here doing this. The reason why I didn't use this for Ecamm and same as OBS is
Mhm.
this would work, yeah, but I'm probably doing this all wrong. I don't know, but I have scenes for every camera, and you can't set scenes to any number. It'd
Right.
be one scene. I can change the cameras within the same scene, which would work,
Hmm.
but it just
Might have
doesn't.
to
It
mention
didn't
that.
make sense for the way this was set up. But you
Mhm.
could, um, your setup there. What this? Yeah, I don't think you would be able to replace this. The way you're using, you could get multiple like I don't know if you have like HDMI. Like I have the Cam Link right now, using like a Cam Link
Mhm.
to every single camera,
Uh-huh.
run into the computer via USB or USB C,
Okay.
and then
Yeah.
find all those on Ecamm, and then set those to a little switchboard from Stream Deck, each one.
Mm.
So you could, in theory, shrink your whole desktop area.
Yeah, because sometimes, like last time, we had people like give us like PowerPoints and stuff like that to be able to put into there. So we could just use a scene for that, right? And then just switch to the
Yeah.
PowerPoint stuff. Yeah.
As far as I
That'd be
know.
so much. Yeah, that'd be so much better actually.
Yeah. So far I've played with OBS, but Ecamp's amazing. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
Roddy says the Streamer X have one XLR and you can put your camera, don't need Elgato camera. Yeah, okay, yeah. So that's cool. Yeah, that would replace my my mic and my cam link here. Because the way I have my mic in here, I think I showed you this, James, didn't I? It's the Shure MV2 XLR adapter, and I'm using that Aluit 440 Pure here, but it's you can kind of see it in the frame here a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Right here, it's just a little. It plugs in and turns it into USB, and inside of Shure is where I'm doing all my EQ, limiter, and compressor. It's very limited. It's just a basic, whatever. But yeah, I'm looking for something better in the long run. If we keep doing this, which this has been really fun. I think we're going to.
Yeah, definitely.
To upgrade this a little more. But I don't know.
Did we do one yesterday or was that the day before?
I think it was the day before.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But yeah, I'll look into that more on that. And manage, he says, and manage all the EQ and stuff through the computer app. I assume he means through the. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for. More stuff like that. Streamline that. Because I don't like. I'm trying to find something more user friendly to go in. I've used the Beacon mic. Have you seen the Beacon mic, James?
No.
It looks really cool. I've used it. We had a client that had one, and they had the Beacon mic, and the software that Beacon has is pretty nice. It's the interface all built into the mic too, so it's all you plug it in the software. Like it's so user friendly, but it's doing it all in mic. It looks cool, and then they have a Beacon interface with some knobs, so it looks awesome. I think it kind of looks like the Shure SM7B.
Okay, and it's so funny now, like how much you've like in the past. I don't know, maybe like year and a half, 2 years, how much you've dived into audio.
It's interesting. I find audio fun. I don't know, like it was so, I think because we were shooting so much and we were doing films and like narrative skits and stuff when we were doing anything. I was like, it needs to sound good because I was noticing that when it sounded better, it felt more expensive, felt more high end and more like pre-produced. It just felt like a higher production value with better audio.
Yeah, definitely.
And because I didn't want to look into it and it's so frustrating, I knew nothing about it, made me want to understand it because it was so frustrating that I didn't. So I went down this whole rabbit hole and I've bought way too many mics. I have. I don't. Are you an audio guy, Roddy? I'm curious about. He's asking him, or if he's got this kind of setup. I'm assuming you stream. But yeah, I have fun with. I have shotgun mics. I have dynamic mics, condenser mics. This one's one of my favorites so far. I like this one, the Lewitt 440. I have the Lewitt 240 too. Caitlin just bought for her office. She's gonna do some not streaming, but she's doing some content creation over there. I'm doing this because she's on the other side of this wall. She just got the pod mic USB-C version.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
She got a white one. Looks cool. And she has a stand. I'll have to find it and I'll get a photo of it or something and show it on the stream. It looks really cool. So she has a Razer like pill looking mic. It's kind of crappy, sounds crappy, but she took the stand from that and put it on the pod mic, and it's this really compact white. It looks really cool.
Nice. Yeah, I think because I went to Sweetwater not too long ago and I got a white one because I have a black one. So, but I was like, yeah, the white looks nicer.
You got a white pod mic?
I did, yeah. Yeah, that's my newest mic that I got. Yeah.
Is it USB-C? Or
it is.
Oh, so it's the same one we just got.
Yeah, because I figured, doing the podcast, I was like, you know what, that'd be so much easier.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'd love to hear that sounds too. Just having a USB-C. USB is just, it is nice. And USB mics, it used to be that they weren't as good as XLR, but yeah, they're all pretty good now.
I know. I think like everything, like cameras, audio equipment. I feel like everything's just like, it's hard to, or I mean, it's hard to recommend anything in particular just because everything's so good.
Yeah, like pretty much if it's bad, it's user error typically anymore. I don't. Well, I kind of take that back because there's a lot of crappy cheap mics out there. You know, the famous
That's
TikTok ones.
fair.
There's a lot of those
Yeah.
crap
Oh
ones.
my gosh, yes.
Yeah, I
Ugh,
guess
the ones that people
if you,
hold up in the frame,
oh,
like
and it looks like a. I don't know what it looks like. It looks dumb too. Like it's just a tiny little. Yeah, I don't mind the DJI ones and the Rode ones, but these
yeah,
basic
yeah, I mean,
ones, they're just
yeah.
they're like they're this. I don't know, they're dumb, but
I kind of wish we
yeah,
use those for work instead of because we still, mic people up, but a lot of times we run into the issue of like stuff not sticking to people's skin and stuff, especially if they don't
yeah,
wear an undershirt. It's like, so
yeah.
we had to buy some some medical tape so that
Hmm.
way if someone didn't, I mean, I guess it looks like medical gaff tape essentially, but yeah, if someone doesn't wear an undershirt, we can just right to the skin.
Yeah, I got a roll medical tape. I have a little audio tote whenever I do anything with lav work. I pretty much have a lav tote that's just full of.
Nice.
I've seen people. I need to get like a tackle box. I've seen people have tackle boxes that keep it all organized.
Mhm. Yep.
But yeah. Well, I know this has kind of turned into like an audio rant, but I don't. If anyone's jumping in right now, we were talking about the FX2. There's not a whole lot there to talk about right now. I mean, the rumors are what they are. It's just kind of like some specs and pricing. But
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know if anyone's watching has any questions about it or knows anything about it that we missed here. But basically, it's 33 megapixel, full frame, potentially 6K, which I don't think they're gonna do. I don't know.
I highly doubt it, yeah.
It'd be really
Doesn't
weird if they did.
yeah.
Um, it has some new AI autofocus features, probably the ones that are in like I think it's in like the what is it called? The oh my gosh, what's the one, James? The flagship Sony. That's like their Olympics camera. It's the A1. Is it just A1? Like the A1 Mark II?
Oh, yes, yeah, A1, yeah, yep.
Yeah, that one has I think the new A7R has some AI features in there too. The A7R Mark 4 or 5.
When when this is released, it would be so cool to see the whole lineup of, like, Sony's smallest camera all the way up to the Sony Venice too.
Yeah, yeah. They have a lot. There's a lot to pick from. They have a lot that they're still selling. So and
Yeah.
the biggest feature that people are talking about right now is the EVF. Like the EVF
Uh-huh.
that it has. And we do know that because Sony I'll go back to the screen here. I still have my I was looking at the Roadcaster. But Sony has on they're do this, they're premiering tomorrow, announcing what this is and talking about it or showing it at least tomorrow. And in this photo, you can see that it has this EVF here. That's kind of the big thing everyone's talking about right now is that EVF, which is
Do you
I
like
don't
that
know.
more or the 32-bit?
Uh, probably 32-bit because
That's what I
honestly,
was thinking.
the 32-bit would be more useful to me. Because I'm spoiled with anytime I use 32-bit on my external. I usually record externally, but being
Yeah.
able to have that internally is amazing. But the EVF is cool, but I don't ever find myself using the EVF like even on like an
Right.
A7 IV. I've never filmed anything I ever had using even old mirrorless cameras using the EVF.
Mhm.
It just I like an EVF that is away from the body. If it's
Yeah.
an EVF on a monitor that's on an arm or something that's over or like a shoulder rig, I don't do a lot of shoulder rig stuff, but I actually really liked. I had this Blackmagic rig, and it was my Pocket 4K. I had this small HD monitor on top, and I had two side handles, so I held it like this, and the camera would sit like at my chest level, and the monitor on top would be in front of my face, and I had the viewfinder right there. So I'd be like this,
Oh,
just holding
wow,
like this,
okay.
and the viewfinder was on my eye, and it was so comfortable and it was so cool. I felt really good shooting like that.
Did you
But
use that a lot?
I used it for a while, and then
Did
I
you? Okay.
think I bought the was the FX6 after I still had the 4K. Ended up it was
Oh,
the small
yeah,
HD
okay.
with the Teradek system built into it, and the
Mhm.
Teradek was a it's super expensive. And then I bought some
Mhm.
Accun stuff, and it's like way cheaper, and it was fine for me. And I wasn't going to keep investing in Teradek, so I sold all that because there's other production studios and companies that were invested in Teradek. So It sold real easy,
Yeah.
but I didn't have it no more. But yeah, I like the EVF for it. I think Zacuto makes some. Zacuto makes some EVF stuff for it. The Red, even Red just announced a new EVF for. I'm gonna look it up right now. Red had a. I don't know if it's out, but it's just funny that like the EVF was an old school camcorder thing, and now it's coming back. You know, it's like
Hmm.
the thing. Yeah, Red announced. I'll switch back to here. It loads up. Yeah, of course, it's super cheap. You know.
Of course.
Uh,
That's
uh,
the red price tag, the red
yeah,
tax.
but like that's fairly new. That's something they just announced recently. Is the EVF for that? Which
Wow.
like people are wanting EVFs now. Um,
Everything comes full circle, man. Everything does.
it does. I'm sitting here looking at this. I kind of want this on my Red now. I'm not gonna pay that much. I want to get the Red monitor before the investment. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I feel like that'd be.
Or should I just go EVF instead of monitor? The monitor's still, it's not that expensive, but it's still
Yeah, it was like
expensive.
2,000, right?
Yeah, I think it's 27.
Oh, 27. Oh, wow, some more.
Where
Okay.
is it under accessories? I know it's not 2750. Yeah, I want that one.
Hmm.
I love my Red, but I'm never gonna be able to get accessories for it. Anyways, yeah, EVFs are coming back, and that's pretty much the biggest feature I think people are talking about it. But I don't know what it does to the FX3. Like, where does it stand there? It's supposed to between
Right.
the FX30 and FX3. I don't get it.
And that
It
gets
feels like
dropped tomorrow, right? Or like that actually
they're unveiling it
the
tomorrow. I
event.
don't know when it's actually like start shipping. I don't know.
Hmm.
I guess I'll catch up in some comments here. Roddy says, I know a bit about audio. I have two Roadcaster Duos, a Streamer X, and a Shure SM7B. I also had the Elgato mic and interface, but I gave them away. I have the Lewitt LCT 240 Pro and the Pod Mic 2. Yeah, I love the Lewitts. I had the 240s. I had a few of those. I had white. They were white, which was cool. And then they released the it's our brand colors here on the channel. It's like that olive drab. It's like sage. I think it's sage. I forget what we call it. Caitlin did our branding, but that kind of military green olive drab look. They did a Save the Rainforest limited edition green, so I bought two of them of the 440s. I really liked them. And then you have the Pod Mic 2. Yeah, sounds like you're an audio guy. Roddy likes some audio.
Yeah, definitely.
Its mics are cool on that. Especially the Shure SM7B. I almost bought. Everybody's got one.
Right, yeah.
I like them. They sound good. I
Yeah.
like them. They're great. But I also am like a huge fan of condensers, not dynamic mics, even though like they may not be perfect for every situation. But I'm a huge fan of the Lewitt 440s. He says, no, I don't do stream. I do reviews sometimes. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's fun. It's actually on my channel, my audio is like the biggest thing. And then I heard some bigger creators say that I said big. Let me back up. I heard some creators say that they don't do audio videos because it doesn't do well and doesn't get views. So I was like, okay, they're leaving a lot on the table then for smaller creators. So
Right.
I did a couple reviews on some shotgun mics, and those have been my best videos on my channel so far.
Right.
And I never wanted to be known as like an audio guy here, but I did enjoy doing those. But it took me a long time to do. Just trying to work on top of trying to keep up with this stuff. That's why live streaming's something we're dabbling in right now. But
I guess reviewing audio stuff, they're not gonna be like cameras where, come out like every other week.
yeah, they're better investments than cameras for sure. Yeah. I have the headphones you're using. Yeah, are you talking about mine or James? I'm using the Rode ones. Which ones do you have, James?
I have the Sony, some numbers and letters.
You probably have the ones that like everybody uses on set.
Yeah, they're only about $100. Yeah, but they're still
Yeah.
pretty good. I mean, gosh, I've had these since college.
I can't remember what I paid for these. I think it was about 100, maybe 150. I don't remember. I got them when they first came out. Rode just released new ones, just very recently. They released
Rode released headphones.
Let me switch here. Yeah, they have a.
I guess I didn't realize.
So I can't take the comment down unless I go back to the scene where it exists and then hit remove. Interesting. Okay. I'm learning. Yeah, Rode released I wonder I'm on their website already. There they are. NHG50s. These
Interesting. Okay.
are they're on-ear headphones, which
Mhm.
I'm not a huge fan of. I've used them.
Mhm.
I'd like to try these. These are the over-the-ear ones. Came out first.
Yeah.
People were asking for those.
I feel like that's a little over the years a little bit comfortable, more comfortable, I feel like.
I think so too. They can get hot, but I don't.
Yeah, true.
These are. I mean, they're pretty comfortable. The longest
Now
I've usually
now
wear them is for
yeah.
this.
The only thing with a lot of headphones though is like over the ears is like okay, so take Apple for instance, like with their I AirPod Maxes, the cuffs are magnetic, so you can replace them once they get like nasty or anything
Ooh.
like that. Now I wish everybody else did that.
Yeah, I think Rode. I think these. I want to see you can replace these. They're not like
Oh,
magnetic. I
nice.
think you can. The cushion in here.
Uh-huh.
Roddy says is the ones I'm using. You. I'm assuming you meaning me. Rode. Um, I love camera. Yeah, we love cameras too
Maybe
here. We love them too
a little
much.
bit too much, right?
Um, yeah,
Uh,
we're, it's
Rody, have you
very
ever
interesting.
shot on film by chance?
Mm,
Kind of wondering how many people we have in here that,
shoot on film.
yeah.
It's coming back. We should do. We'll do
Yeah.
a film specific stream sometime.
Mhm.
The Rode one. Yeah, Rode one. So we should talk about the ones I have. Yeah,
Okay,
we
yeah.
would love to know what camera you're shooting on, Roddy. If you love cameras, I assume you got a camera with all those mics. You at least got to have something, right? I would think. Mm-hmm. We have three people in here. Who's in here? I know we got Roddy. Who are the other two?
I
Who you is? Say hello.
saw
Hello. We're saying hi.
saw that we were up to 7 earlier. I was like, "Oh,
We were.
wow, okay."
I knew I seen
Yeah.
5 there a minute ago. It's a lot of fun.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I know we're off topic of the FX2, but we'll probably be wrapping up here soon, here in just a
Yeah,
minute.
yep. Mhm.
Because that's I just want to touch base on that. We might be on tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if you're going to be on here, James, tomorrow. It would be around the same time
Yeah, I
too.
could probably hop on. Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, if it's nothing real exciting with the camera release, but it might be fun to jump on here while it's. We won't be able to. We won't be able to jump on while it's being announced.
Mhm.
I just realized that's something really cool we'd be able to do. We could, like NAB or whatever live. We could sit here and like do anything that's like live here. He says, Roddy says, sadly, I don't have a good camera. I have the Sony ZV. That's a good camera. What are you talking about? That's a good camera. ZV-E10. That's the. Oh, they have a Mark II, right? ZV-E10. They have ZV-E10. Yeah, I used this camera once. A buddy of mine got it for his podcast, and that's what he used. And we put the we had a Sigma 16 millimeter on it, 16-1.4. Awesome, killer combo
Nice.
there on that. And then
Sigma's always nice.
KD says he has the same camera as Roddy. Yeah, it's a good one. See, the ZV-10. I think that did they do a Mark II of this one? ZV-10 Mark II. Because I was actually thinking about getting one of these for this kind of stuff here, like something I don't have to take out on client shoes, but something that just lives
Yeah.
here on that. Which it may end up being my A7 IV, just because now that I have a second FX6 in my red, I don't. The A7 IV is not gonna be my first pick for most things for what I do specifically. Yeah, 16 millimeter. Do you have the 16 millimeter, Roddy? It's awesome. Buddy of mine has the 16 millimeter. Who is it? Suray Sniper. It is pretty cool too. I'm a Sigma guy. I like Sigma though.
Mhm.
Yeah, they did. I assume. Yeah, the Mark II. It looks cool. But I like the ZV-10. Does it do? I don't know if it's 10-bit. I don't know. But yeah, so like that's what Sony's got so many cameras to pick from.
They do. My
It's hard.
gosh.
We should do a
Yeah.
stream where we go through. Let's research all Sony's lineup. We should do this with K9 too. Categorize them in price and specs, and then in one stream, add the chapters. Let's go
Ooh, that
through.
would actually
And
be
talk about.
pretty fun.
It'd be kind of annoying to go through. There's a lot to go through, but yeah, that'd be
Oh,
fun.
there's so much.
Yeah, you could
Yeah.
prep the Canon side. I'll prep the Sony side. We could do
Yeah,
that.
I'd be down for that. I'm sure everybody
Yeah.
else would too.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a good
I
live
think it'd be
stream.
useful. One, like it's hard for me to even keep track of everything too. But
Yeah, and it's so nice too, like on live streams, like there's no pressure of time limit of like, oh, 15 minutes. That's it, you know?
no, and what I really like about this too is like we love talking about this stuff, but it's like we love just talking about it to anybody, and anybody can jump
Hmm.
in and talk about anything or anything they want.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I've always jumped in other people's streams, just to talk about stuff. It's fun to talk about.
Yeah,
But yeah,
definitely.
I'm really getting into the streaming thing though. This is kind of fun. I mean, just this setup itself and the tools now. Now it's like a whole another world of content creation. I'm gonna start dumping money into that. I'm gonna try not to, but um, I already got this like teleprompter and
I was gonna say, next
that's it.
time I come over, you're gonna have this whole freaking contraption. Like,
It's already kind of
yeah.
decent. I need a different like lighting. My lighting setup is okay. It's not what I'm trying to do. It's not like where I want it yet. I need something a little more
Mhm,
ideal. Right now it's like being powered by a giant power bank.
mhm.
Because I need something more permanent. I'm gonna get some of my variables in here, but anyways, the Stream Deck is probably the first thing I'm gonna look at getting something because this has
Yeah.
been super helpful just during this stream, going back and forth. But yeah. Roddy says before I go through his comment here and then wrap up. He says, "I'm thinking to move to Blackmagic one day or Lumix." Oh, I mean, you can't go wrong with either
Mhm.
one of those. James has a 6K, 6K. You have the 6K
Yeah.
Pro, right? The
I have
Indies
the
or whatever.
6K Pro. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually, for live streaming, for work, we actually use 3 6K Pros. So, finally getting those some more use out of those. But yeah, honestly, Blackmagic is so, like, user-friendly, to be honest.
I
Like,
think it's
they're
one of the most user friendly cameras. It is.
Mhm.
Lumix is too. They've always been, but Blackmagic is just there's something about like I don't know. It's like almost
I
dummy
think
proof.
their
So
like, their menu system is just so
their
it's so
menu
nice.
system,
Yeah.
their UI of the layout on the screen is amazing
Mhm.
too.
Yeah.
I like Blackmagic Raw, but I've been shooting a lot in the 6K Pro too. I'm
Mhm.
having issues with noise if you're not planning on denoising your image, even at like a low clean base ISO. I still get some noise in my shadows and like a low lit scene. And I talked to my buddy
Mhm.
Josh Burnett. Shout out to him if he happens to see this. He told me to try shooting in ProRes and see if I see a difference. And I did. I'm not a huge fan of ProRes, but
Yeah.
it was way cleaner. Way cleaner. ProRes is significantly cleaner than Blackmagic Raw.
Like Montreal.
But you have
Yeah,
that
okay.
option. The 6K Pro, I don't think they added the autofocus feature to, but they did on the full frame
Mm,
version.
right, yeah. Yeah.
And it might come to it eventually, maybe soon. I don't
Mhm.
know. But that's something to consider too if autofocus is important.
Mhm.
Lumix though, that I think was it you, Roddy, it told me, or it was the Katie, the S1 Mark II. Looks pretty amazing. That thing. Have you seen that, James?
I haven't, no.
Yeah, you should look that up. We should do a stream on that. Because that thing it's a freaking beast. It really is. People are loving it.
Wait, which camera was it
Um,
again?
it's the Panasonic S1 Mark II, or is it the S1H Mark II?
Oh, yeah, there it is. I got it.
Is
Let's
it the S1
see.
Mark II, or is it S1 Mark II?
S1 Mark II, yeah.
S1 Mark II. That's the one just came out,
Yeah,
right?
okay. Let's see. That it is. Yeah,
But
put up here so
I think both are nice. The Pixis is pretty cool looking. I almost got one, but
yeah, I remember you
um,
saying that. Yeah.
yeah, I ended up
Huh.
getting a Komodo X instead. Yeah, that's one too. Man, that's what is it? 3100? Is that what I'm seeing here?
Yeah, mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, this one looks awesome. Open gate. I mean, Pixis does that too as well. But yeah, Blackmagic or Lumix. I think Lumix is killing it right now, though.
They really are. They ever since I mean, because I started out on, yeah, Panasonic because I had with the GH4.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, and that was awesome. I mean,
Mhm.
I remember the menu system on that camera was awesome. It even had touchscreen back in that day.
It
It was
did, yeah.
touchscreen.
Yep.
Yeah, so I don't think
Yeah,
you can go
but
wrong.
from there, I think, yeah, they've went through the roof.
Yeah. Oh, they did.
But I
I
feel
even
like they
like their
had to though, to,
yeah.
to survive, honestly, with Canon and Sony and stuff, so
Well, it's like Lumix. I never felt like they got attention up until recently. The attention they deserved. They were
yeah, for
doing some
sure.
killer stuff and like pushing the
Yeah.
boundary. And their cameras always had stuff you always wanted it, like false colors and stuff, like things that
Mhm.
they definitely had the filmmaker in mind in their cameras.
Yeah, yeah. That's what so many
Blackmagic.
people back at Ball State always used, yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. I still have mine. But yeah. So I think that's it. Unless anybody's got anything else real quick they want us to talk about. We'll be back on soon. We may be back on tomorrow. If not, you just hang around the channel. We'll be like I said, we're in the last term. We're gonna be doing this a little more frequently, so it's a lot
Yeah, definitely.
easier with our
So
time being
fun.
so tight. It is. It is fun. Thank you guys all for jumping here. This is fun. I love the comments. It just makes it so much more enjoyable for us too. All right. So we'll see you guys next time we're
Later,
on. See you,
later.
Roddy. See you, KD. See, that's all we had in the comments. So, and whoever else
And
watched.
whoever's
All right.
watching, yeah.
Yeah. All right. See y'all.